What's up, THS? I'm Mrs. Smith from the library. The book that I've chosen for us for this week is so stinking cute. Y'all are gonna love it. I can't wait for you to read it. It's a story about breaking up and breaking out, and it all takes place at a cosplay convention. This is by Ryan LaSala, and it's called Bedazzled. So the hero of Bedazzled is 17-year-old Raphael Odom, and he's exactly the type of kid that you want to root for. He's a cosplay artist, and he's very talented. His online followers know him as Crafty Raffy, but his friends around school just call him Raph. And when we meet him in this story, he is cooking up something extraordinary for this year's Controverse competition, which is basically like Comic-Con meets Project Runway. Now, Raph is a novice, but he's a favorite to win this year's competition. His talent just really speaks for himself, and once you start to read the story, you know that whatever he comes up with is going to be good. But Raph has two problems, though. The first is his mom, Evie. She's a very talented, well-known, renowned artist and gallery owner, and she just does not co-sign on her son's art. She doesn't think it's refined enough. She's ready for him to let go of the glue gun and the sewing machine and trade that in for like a camera or a canvas, something more highbrow, something that will get him scholarships, get him the recognition that she wants him to have. His second problem might be just as formidable as the first. His ex-boyfriend, Luca, whom he taught everything he knows, is competing against him in this competition, but with another partner. Bedazzled gives us its story in two timelines, both narrated by Raphael. So in present day, he's telling us about Controverse and all of the twists and drama that are going on in the competition, especially after the TV producers find out that Raph and Luca used to date. They're really just setting them up for drama on TV. And in the past timeline, we get filled in on how Luca and Raph met, how they fell in love, how they fell out of love, and what's really at stake here besides first place in the competition. Bedazzled was written by Ryan LaSala. He has another book out called Reverie, which you may have heard of or recognize. This is another young adult contemporary fiction novel. So that's a made-up story written for readers your age. There are a lot of pop culture references that kind of anchor us in present day. You'll recognize the references that the author puts in the story. It's romance light, okay? There's a love story in here, but that's not the point of the story, but it kind of is. Nothing too mushy, I wouldn't do that to y'all, but just keep that in mind if you're deciding whether or not you want to read this book. The big ideas that we're dealing with here, obviously love. We're also talking about art and authenticity and just being yourself and expressing yourself in the ways that you want to express yourself, whether or not you have the support of your family behind you. As far as the challenge meter, Bedazzled is going to put you at like the gummy bear, Cheetos, cheese puff end of the spectrum, closer to that than we are a steak dinner. This is a very easy, lighthearted read. The most challenging part is going to be keeping the two different timelines straight, so knowing whether Raph is telling you the story about Controverse last year or we're at the present day Controverse timeline. This is a rare time that I would tell you about a book that might actually make you feel good when you get done reading it. You know, I like to read that dark and twisty stuff, or maybe stuff that gets me in my feelings or makes me think of like a bigger social justice issue, and this is not that. This is a happy, lighthearted, fun book that I think you're gonna love. And I would recommend this one to the artists, the creatives out there, those of you who design or create, produce things. If you are a cosplay enthusiast, obviously this is the book for you. Or even if you're just interested in cosplay. I'm not really into it, and I didn't know too much about it, but the way that this is written made it really accessible for me. It was like I was right there. Also, fans of RuPaul's Drag Race, Project Runway, stuff like that, like those elements are throughout this book. Obviously, it takes place at a cosplay competition. Who else might like this book? Oh, those of you who want to read something cute or about love, or you just, maybe need a break from like the more dense books that I like to make you guys read, Bedazzled is a wonderful story, and I'm sure you guys are going to love it. And that is our book for this week. So if you are interested in checking it out, come see me or use the library website to make a request. And I will be back next week to tell you about another great book available in our library. But that's all for now. Take care. Bye-bye.